What's going on, guys? It's Lady B. Happy New Year and welcome back to my channel. It has been quite some time. Let's talk about what's been going on and what you can expect coming up this weekend. So it's been a while since I posted my last video. Apologies on that. 2021 has not been off to the best start for me, but hopefully things are getting a little bit back more to some normalcy. So this weekend, we will be presenting the ESL Meisterschaft semifinals and finals. And this is the one big thing I have been looking forward to for quite some time. Now, you might remember ATN has been doing phenomenally well in the ESLM league and division, actually going 9 for 1 out of their wars. So out of 10 matches, they have won 9 of their wars, only being defeated once in that. In their group, they did remain the top of their standings. So we're going to talk through a little bit about ATN's journey in ESL Meisterschaft and what you can expect to see coming up this weekend. The ESL Meisterschaft semifinals and finals will be this weekend, Saturday the 16th. Now, they are going to start very early in American morning. I will be up at about 5 a.m. to start bringing them to you, and we're talking about a best of 3 round for each of the matches. So we'll have a best of 3 for each of the semifinals and a best of 3 for the finals. This is going to be a very long day for the teams and for the casters. You'll have some of the German casters live in Germany from a studio showcasing this war, but you'll also see me presenting in English. So I do hope to see you there for the live stream. Now let's talk a little bit about ESL Meisterschaft and what's gone down. So there were 10 matches total in the group stages. There was Group A and Group B. We have ALTERNATE.aTTaX part of Group A, 6 teams in total. So pretty much we had ALTERNATE.aTTaX facing off against each of the teams twice over. Now, as I mentioned before, in all that time, ALTERNATE.aTTaX was only taken down once, only one defeat in those 10 matches. So they have a pretty great standing there. The only team to actually do better than that was 11 Original. 11 Original went perfect in their entire season over in Group B. So 11 Original going 10 for 10 out of all their wars. So they're 10-0 at this point. Now, they will not immediately face off against 11 Original. 11 Original is in the other category because of their grouping. So we're going to see Eve facing off against Inquisition, and we're going to see ALTERNATE.aTTaX facing off against Perry the Platypus. Now, Perry the Platypus is part of an 11 Original family. So we will get to see some of those players that you might know with the Eve name in it, but it won't be the original Eve team that did have that perfect war. Now, I think it would be nothing more than epic to see ATN going up against 11 Original. They did meet up in the World Championship finals as well. Both of those teams actually did play in the World Championship finals. So they got to, you know, they both got to these amazing standings. And as you can see, 11 Original has been doing some great work throughout the ESLM series as well. But it's going to have to be very well fought wars to get these teams moving forward. But I think it would be pretty awesome to see them working through that. So ATN and 11 Original, those top 2 teams that we're going to maybe see make it through to the finals, but we will have 3 matches for each of those rounds to get through. Well, best 2 out of 3, I should say. I don't think they'll have to play their 3rd match if they win the straight 2 in a row. So leading up to that, we did have the quarterfinals, and that was to determine who was going to be facing off against ALTERNATE.aTTaX and 11 Original, who were their top in their division. And it was Perry the Platypus who took down Dark Unicorns to get there. And then, of course, we had Inquisition who took down J-Off to get to where they are now in the semifinals. So that is all the tension leading up, but let's focus on ALTERNATE.aTTaX and their journey and talk very quickly week by week, and then I'm going to show you one of their last matches to come from ESLM, so stay tuned. For ALTERNATE.aTTaX, week 1 brought them facing off against some familiar foes, or friends, actually, we should say, and that was J-Off. J-Off is actually part of the original, well, I should say ALTERNATE.aTTaX is actually part of the original J-Off family. prior to being signed by ALTERNATE.aTTaX, we had our guys here who were playing under the J-Off name. So now they're part of ALTERNATE.aTTaX. They've got some of their really good friends over in J-Off looking to take them down here and there in some leagues. And in this particular case, it did not happen. ALTERNATE.aTTaX came in with the win. It was a well-fought war. We're talking about 12-11, so it was a really close one that J-Off was able to actually hold back really strong on defense against our beasts over at ALTERNATE.aTTaX. Now, the second week was a little bit more difficult for ALTERNATE.aTTaX here, and this is what brought on their first loss, but first and only loss in the season. So going up against Penta, another name you might know very well from the World Championship qualifiers, but also from some other leagues that we get to see them quite a bit in. Nice strong team there, taking down ALTERNATE.aTTaX in the second week. So 13 stars there going to Penta, and ALTERNATE.aTTaX coming in with the 12 stars in the second week. So it happens. There have been some rare occasions where we have seen ALTERNATE.aTTaX get caught off guard a bit and things don't go quite in their favor, but it's not very often. And as you can see with their standings, and as we're going to look through, it definitely was a one-time event here. So let's take a look now at week 3. Week 3 coming in with 13 stars here against Euronics Gaming and holding a massive amount of defense. We're looking at 10-star defense. So that means not tripled once at all. Their base builders doing some phenomenal work for them. You might know Sir Iron and Bob the Builder, two of their base builders that also occasionally play in the team and substitute for some of the various tournaments that they play in. But nice work here from the ALTERNATE.aTTaX team, 13 stars. That's typically where we were seeing the majority of our star count for winning wars in, was around that range. So the 12 stars obviously hitting just a little bit low, and knowing that they would have to try and push this up a bit. Week 3, they did. Week 4 brought a very big war here for ALTERNATE.aTTaX. As you can see on the lineup, a perfect war they had against Dark Unicorns. And Dark Unicorns is becoming a pretty big staple in the tournaments and in a lot of the communities. We're seeing them do some great work and pull in some high star counts. But this was certainly not the Unicorns week, but ALTERNATE.aTTaX definitely flexing hard on this one. A perfect war. That's almost always what we expect to see from ATN at this point, and that's where they were able to really start dominating and turning the game around again in their favor. But it quickly settled back around as they took on Nolex in week 5 here. So week 5, we see ALTERNATE.aTTaX dropping back down to the 12-star count, 12-12, winning on percentage, a very, very close war. But again, Nolex, another big name that we're seeing amongst many of the tournaments and organizations. And we have also seen them in the World Championship qualifiers as well. So there's a lot of huge competition in ESL Meisterschaft within the German community. That's why this is probably one of the most watched leagues around when these matches wind up popping off. So 12-12, we see them drop back down. Let's take a look at week 6 and what it brought to our guys. Now, this is the reset where we see ALTERNATE.aTTaX facing off against the teams twice over. So there's 6 teams in each group, and you have to face off against those clans twice over. So week 6 brought us back to ALTERNATE.aTTaX facing off against J-Off and a 14-star war. We didn't see the same thing as we saw in that first week. So the star count coming back up, not letting J-Off get the best of them defensively, and coming pretty darn close to picking up a perfect war. So 14-13 for them in week 6. Now for week 7, we see ALTERNATE.aTTaX facing off that one team that held them from putting up a perfect showing throughout the season against getting all of those wins. It was Penta in week 2 that actually got the win against ALTERNATE.aTTaX, but ATN wasn't going to make the same mistake, wasn't going to let it happen again in week 7. So taking them down, and I think they were pretty angry about it because they did it really strong. 14-11. They were like, no, 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 not again, not this time. So a nice big win there for ATN against that one team that can claim that they took them down during the season, at least in that one time. So that was our week 7. Let's take a look here at week 8 after that 14-star victory there. ATN facing off against Euronics Gaming, and they had the momentum moving along. They had the hype going, probably feeling really good about taking down Penta and getting their revenge. They went after Euronics Gaming with a perfect war, took them down 15-11. So again, we got to see big numbers, big star counts coming through for ALTERNATE.aTTaX in week 8, and two more rounds to go from that point, and that is quite a big push that they've been working along. And it didn't stop there, as we can see where they perfected Dark Unicorns in their first go around, not too far off, coming in their second match over in week 9, taking them down 14-12. Looks like the Unicorns weren't going to let a huge run over happen again. So they did get a few more stars in, and they were able to hold off on a defense, but still a very solid showing there for ALTERNATE.aTTaX with, again, another 14 stars. So we're seeing a lot of high star count for ATN in ESLM through those group phases. Now, it was week 10 that we saw the final match in the group stage, and ALTERNATE.aTTaX faced off against Nolex one more time. And again, Nolex was able to actually hold them off to a tied match. Now, not the 12-12 that we had seen, but 13-13, and ALTERNATE.aTTaX getting the win on percentage. So it's, you look at these scores and you can see, from knowing ALTERNATE.aTTaX, we know what they can do, but you can see that we have a lot of high competition, a lot of these teams with really good base building as well that are prepared to go up against a team like ALTERNATE.aTTaX and hold them back, which is really interesting for what we're going to get to see coming in this weekend. A lot on the line with the prize pool, so everybody's going to be bringing their biggest base. But I think what I'm most curious to see, and what probably most other people are curious to see, is how ALTERNATE.aTTaX handles the pressure coming back out from quite a bit of a break. Now, ending last year with the World Championship Finals, ALTERNATE.aTTaX won it all and then did take some time away, and I will say much needed time away. These guys have been working like beasts, but they need to saddle up, get back in it, and get going strong. We're going to see if they're able to do that against Perry the Platypus. Now, before we finish off, I want to show you one of the last matches that they had, just to remind you what ALTERNATE.aTTaX finished up that group stage of the season, how they finished up, how strong they've been, and what you can hopefully expect to see, though we do have quite a few changes since last year with the update in the meta. So there's a lot for ALTERNATE.aTTaX to try and turn around here, getting used to the new meta, playing together again as a team with the new meta, and potentially trying to hold off some of these opponents that have been working pretty consistently since the World Championship Finals and the updates, while ATN has been taking a break. But I do have a lot of faith in my guys. I do think that they'll come in strong. We'll see if it's going to be enough to pull in the win. But I think in any direction, we're all looking forward to seeing ATN back in action. So without further ado, let's take a look at ATN from last year. Okay, we've got Shazo starting this off. No kids. I have 2 dogs, and I have joint custody of them with my ex. Yes, I said joint custody. This is true, which is actually nice because it allows me to be able to travel when I need, and the same for him. It gives us a little bit more freedom. Okay, so we've got Shazo starting this off with a Zapquake, Lalo. So the Zapquake opening up the pathing here for the heroes. Now he has a Royal Champion that cuts across to the outside edge, clears out the clan castle, and everything leading up to the town hall chamber opens the 12 o'clock corner here. We'll see the king doing the tanking. He wants to see the queen push inside this base. And with that, we've got the ice golem to give additional tank power. Nice freeze to hold off that single targeting inferno as well, just to maximize what he gets out of this ice golem here. And there we go. Freezes up the single again. We've got the clan, we've got the skellies coming out, the skelly trap, which is maybe going to pull the queen here. So the queen's not going to go for the town hall, but he's got the blimp to sail across. So this isn't, this isn't going to work out in a bad way. And with the queen ability, let's see if she can work her way into the next chamber. Oh, it's not going to be enough. Would have loved to have seen her pick up the air defense as well here, but not quite enough to get that one done. So we'll have the blimp sailing through for the town hall. It lines up the lolopathing first, and we'll see that likely coming straight across. Yeah, the warden aura here. I'm curious to see what he's got in there. I wonder if he ever wanted to have his heroes come through for the town hall. Or if he thought there could have been a possibility. If we see Loons and a Dragon come out, then it was a hope. It was a hope. Loons and a Baby Dragon clears down the Town Hall, but this gets a nasty push, completely avoiding the multi-targeting Inferno and Scattershot here directly in that center of the base. And with the Air Sweeper still up, pushing everything back, this is not going to stand a chance to finish up and get the 3-star here. So Boom's base holds a big defense at the get-go. And I mean, big. This is going to be a big percentage factor here for ATN on their defense. We'll see a little bit more picked up with the pups and the minions on the outside edges of the base where there's no air targeting defenses. But this is not going to get to that 90% mark. Just manages to get around 86, 87. Maybe we'll see 88%. This warden can continue to tank for those minions. And yes, he does get the 88. Ooh. You haven't been into competitive play, laid back, health is a bit down, so taking care of yourself. Well, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear you're taking care of yourself. I think that's the one thing that, people will try and avoid the most. They'll put everything else before their health. So good for you on taking a step back. So this is a tough start for the Dark Unicorns. 88% here. It's not a bad place to be in general, but when you're going up against ATN, who are typically hitting around the 90 to 99% mark if they're not rolling in with a 3-star, that's where you see a disadvantage. No, this is a single match. Bargov. %95 average, yeah. I would say around there. Yeah, they always hit around 90%. It's I should say it's very rare that they don't hit at that 90+% mark. So Linnaid coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo. Now, Queen Charge Hybrid would be probably Linnaid's signature attack, but as we saw this weekend, it doesn't matter what Linnaid does, he's gonna roll through with it. And in general, his queen charges are just superb. King helping to path this queen through, like that position. We've got 2 super wall breakers to get her a little bit deeper into this base. Did the blimp fail? Did I miss the blimp fail? I was too busy talking. He didn't get the single down. Single won't be an issue. Okay, so the queen's got a lot more work to do here. see if she backtracks. Now, this multi-targeting Inferno, not going to be an issue for the queen. Could potentially pose a threat to these healers. There we go. We've got the queen opened up to the core of the base to take on the Town Hall chamber. That single targeting Inferno could pose a threat here. That's going to be the bigger issue to the queen, but he's hanging on to this ability as long as possible. Healers are in a safe spot, though, getting targeted by the air bombs, or the air mines. Oof. Taken a huge hit, but this queen picked up everything she needed to. Nice recovery on this one. If indeed there was a blimp fail, I completely missed that. I was not paying attention to the opener, to the blimp on that. Warden sailing across as the queen continues on. I mean, talk about a way to turn things around, really get the power out of the queen. If, like I said, indeed, this was a blimp fail. I want to take a look at this on the replay and see what happened. Biggest problem right now is the time factor. The time it took that queen to work her way through, pick up the value needed to shape up the base and get the loons going. But he comes in from the backside of the base, taking on those last remaining defenses. We've got pups and minions down for the cleanup. Queen helping along with that. The storages are going to be the biggest worry here, but he's got the Royal Champion as well. That delayed RC helping out and allows Linnaid to pick up the 3-star here. That's a great way to start it off. What's going on, Soulmate? Yeah, you can't stop him. Cannot stop him on that one. Let's take a quick look at that from the start and see where I completely blipped out. Let's see. So we got the AD. He did not pop that early on purpose. Or did... I don't know that he popped it early on purpose. Yeah, the air mine took it down. That looked like the air mine took it down. But considering, it worked out great. He got most of what he needed out of that. Let's be honest. He got most of what he needed. He just didn't get the single targeting Inferno. It's the only issue. And it wasn't an issue for him in this one. He got down everything he needed. Just took a little bit longer to get through with the queen. It's very time consuming there. Yeah, he still got the RC down. Okay, Simon. With the hybrid. Now, I think this is interesting to go with the hybrid on this one. We've got a lot of open pathing on the base. And a lot of times when you see these types of bases with all these open corners in the walls, we see witches, especially if you can zap out the core and navigate your pathing around. But he doesn't go for this. He goes for the hybrid, and we're going to see a beautiful push into the Town Hall Clan Castle chamber with this queen. And we're going to see if she's going to, she'll have the range. If she's directly there in the core, potentially to take on that eagle. See how much value he gets out of this queen. Bernal's the queen charge master. I don't know, there's a few. Linnaid, Bernal, Rigo Torres. I think we should have a queen charge challenge with some of these guys. See what they can do with their queen charges. How much they could get done with a queen charge. I think that would be a lot of fun. So queen taking on a lot of damage from this eagle. She's not going to be able to hang on too much longer. We do need to see just a little bit more out of her, particularly these storages. That's going to be key to keeping those miners safe. Safely through the heals. Queen's trying to hang on, but we have the hybrid working along. Pathing is working out well. It would be nice to see the king taking just a little bit more of a lead coming up to the wizard tower. Take that out and eliminate some additional splash damage factor, particularly because we only have that last heal that's down now as they work their way to the scatter shot. We still have more splash to worry about at the 3 o'clock corner. King's not taking it out. We're going to see the miners and the additional hogs coming through for that. But look how thinned out it got in the core. Royal Champion no longer with the protection he wants, but it's only a multi-targeting Inferno, so he'll get a lot more value out of this Royal Champion coming in. He doesn't need that much more out of the Miners and the Hogs. The Royal Champ's got it covered here. And the Queen, if she ever makes her way back out, would help with a cleanup. So Simon coming through, pulling in the 3-star. This is exactly what Dark Unicorns needs to see coming in, but they also need to see some defense after their first hit. Simon doing great work for the Unicorns today. Last time there was a Queen Charge only tournament, Marinol got 90% with a Queen Charge. Really? Ast got 70%. What about Rigo Torres? What did Rigo Torres get? And was Linnaid in it? What did Linnaid get? Let's give Simon some love. You're not sure if he participated? Yeah, I think you're gonna get some more of these Queen Chargers in there. And what about the Queen Walkers? We need to get the Queen Walkers in the Queen Charge Challenge. Rigo's a god of Queen Charge? He is. And what about TDH? TDH should be in that challenge too. His namesake strategy is essentially like an entire Queen Charge. Westman is playing today, Titan. He's most likely going to hit last. He usually hits last on the lineup. Ooh, Boom switching it up. I've been seeing Boom with a lot of air recently, doing a lot of Lalo attacks. He had switched back, from doing Lalo to ground, then back to Lalo, and now we're seeing him do some more Yeti Bobat. You thought it was Unicorns of Love was gonna... Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Kevin Sider. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They are going to play Unicorns of Love, actually. ATN's going to play Unicorns of Love on Sunday for CIC. Now, we have the Warden who set up a nice path here for the Yetis to work their way through. We do have to worry a little bit about the air defense for the healers. But as long as those Yetis, bowlers, get that value early on, healers will be safe. Looking good here. Bowlers helping out, trying to get that taken down. Spare the healers so they can work through. Got a nice shape for a Yeti Smash, not only because you have great bounceable value with the tile spacing, but you don't have a lot to worry about once you get past the center, once you get past the Town Hall. So already cleared out the Eagle, already cleared out the 2 scatter shots now, and it's just that Town Hall with the Queen and Royal Champion ability. It's a smashed, and we have the bats. The bats will get massive, massive value in this one. Royal Champion following under tow with these bats, helping to support. Splash damage to worry about are those wizard towers here. Freeze comes down. We've got one more freeze to help hold off. He's going to have to use it for this very last one here and hope that the Yetis can take down that wizard tower, which they should be able to. Plus, we've got the regenerated Royal Champion now that she's dropped her Seeking Shield. And with that, Boom comes in and throws down another 3-star for ATN. They are coming in relentlessly so far. Who built Wasman's base? Probably someone from another team. I do know that Dark Unicorns, I was told, were not going to put too much focus on base building against ATN today. Their bigger focus is going to be next week, where they feel they have a little bit more of a chance to potentially win. Who do you think will win? World Championships, Zetos? I don't know if I can't say. Honestly, it's always been in my mind that the team to beat is ATN. But with that being said, the caliber of players coming together for this tournament means that it's anybody's war. I would not count any of those teams out of it. So I don't know. Who won the last world championship? It was a Nova team, Rocky the Goat. It was Nova. And that had Juan, let me see if I get this right. Juan, LP, Yusufi, Wei, and XC. Let's get back over. You got Timo going in. Clash Esports in 2020 has been all about ATN. Yeah, but that puts more of a target on their back. They've been in the spotlight. People could look at how they attack, try and find ways to defend against them, see the types of bases that they typically run, how they work defense. So it's, it gives some of the other teams a little bit more of an advantage on that. It's very interesting this year, though, because what are the returning teams that we get to see? Queen Walkers? Is Queen Walkers the only returning team? Vatang wasn't in last year, were they? No, Vatang didn't make it through. Or did they? So this blimp goes in successfully, helps open up the path for the queen. We've got a double air wall break to charge a queen through to take on the town hall, the single targeting inferno. We'll have the eagle to worry about, but look at the path that's being created. This is a straight line, narrow path for the hybrid, and the queen will be able to continue on with the cleanup here. It's a very smart attack for this style base. Very easy push. It should actually work through with plenty of time to spare, providing the queen survives, which I imagine she will, not taking on too much damage at this point. It's just that scatter shot to worry about. And we do have the Tesla farm on the back end, so we want to see the queen helping to work her way through. Ooh, this is not good. Archer tower, which is almost completely down, picking off those healers. And the queen's now forced her ability. We need to see the scatter go down so we can have the queen survive. Oh, he just freezes it up a little bit too late. Oh, we're going to see if the miners are going to be enough to finish this one off. We really wanted that queen to survive. Having the power of her working through the 12 to 1 o'clock side of the base here was going to be critical. And the time factor was the other issue. Oh, this is a heartbreaker. It's not going to be enough to pull in the 3-star. He delayed that freeze way too long. Had he dropped that, he potentially could have spared his queen and maybe have seen the 3-star here. Yeah, good try to Timo. Trying to pick up just a little bit more percent. Manages to pull just at the 90% mark. Yeah, the queen ability early on the RC. It's tough, those judgment calls. Vatang was there. Okay. So Vatang and Queen Walkers are returning. Who else? Is that it? Is that it? Oh, Existence, but yeah, under a different name because they were Team Queso last year. That's right. Interesting question. What does TDH stand for? I assume tall, dark, and handsome. That's what that's what TDH actually stands for. Like, if you write TDH, typically you mean tall, dark, and handsome. INTZ, MCS, Queso. Yeah, but INTZ isn't in it. MCS isn't in it. I mean, come on, Westman's not that tall. I can say that because he calls me short all the time. He's not that tall. Yeah, no tribe this year. No MCS, INTZ. No Nova. Who asked for Yo-Yo to bring in the Lalo? Here you go. You get your Queen Charge Lalo. And brings in the 1-1 RC Zapquake combo here. So drops it down just so we can pick off this multi-targeting Inferno, but it's not going to happen. RC takes a bit of a turn. Oh, it does. Excuse me. It does go down. I have not had enough coffee. It's Queen. Going for a massive push. Nice use on the freeze. Holds off the headhunters here, or at least one of them, from getting to the Queen. Is he going to have to force this ability? Gets the poison down. No. Good timing on this too, because this means there's going to be a little bit more value now out of the poison spell, and it will get the pops in the radius too. Great timing on that. King's still going strong for the funnel, and he's still got his ability. He's a minute 35 on the clock. He needs to start thinking about getting through with his Lalo portion because he doesn't want to run out of time, but he knows his Queen is supporting quite a bit with this, so he's not that worried about giving her an extra 15 seconds or so. And there we go. Cutting her at the pass with a Stone Slammer. The main push coming in for the Town Hall Scattershot Chamber here. This means we'll see the Queen coming out to support. And look at what that Scattershot, the Stone Slammer does. It actually opens up the path for the Queen to work through. So she can help with some of the cleanup, though the minions are down for it already. They're already there helping with the cleanup factor. And he's hanging on to his Queen ability. Queen comes in, helps to take on the Town Hall. We've got the Warden with a good chunk of loons to work through the back of the defenses. 40 seconds left. 2 loons to drop in for a little distraction. And we've got the 3-star with the Swag Queen. Did I speak too soon? Queen's got to cut across. No Swag Queen. No Swag Queen. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. I'm shutting up. I'm shutting up. The Queen's got to get this one done. Oh my goodness. Queen comes through. We've got the archers helping with the barracks, and it's just enough to get it done. Oh my goodness. Wow. If he didn't have those archers there, Yo-Yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See, like I said on Twitter, I never jinx. I never jinx. I don't know what you guys are talking about. ATN's so good, my jinx doesn't even work. Can we give some credit to these archers here at the end? Let's see if we can sneak over to that quickly. You guys had no faith. It's good that he hung on to that Queen ability. Wow. And it's good that the Queen had the open pathing. I mean, it was completely 100% planned at the end of this. At the end of this war, I want to go back and I want to see those archers. It was almost a jinx. No. There's no almost in jinxes. Only in horseshoes and hand grenades. Is that what it is? You want the unicorns to win this one? It's not necessarily looking hopeful. They need to see defenses coming through. They need 2 defenses now, and they need to go perfect. So it's up to Chris and Wassman to pull in those 3 stars. So we have Chris with the Zapquake drag, E-drag, to help set the path of the funnel here. Along with the Zapquake, that sections it off. And it's a nice way to narrow out the path. I'll have the E-drag working on one side, Heroes working on the opposite, and the direct path coming into the Town Hall. And straight across the base. And it looks like he did use a couple more Zapquakes. Take on the Air Sweeper. I would have been pointing directly towards the dragons on his entry. ATN can keep a far more base and still win with 15 stars. We'll see. We'll see. It starts with Chris, though. Chris needs to pull in the 3-star. Heroes are down. Dragons are starting to thin out. So with this, we're not seeing as much power as we want to towards the back end. Ideally, the king, the queen would have worked their way into the 3 o'clock side of the base, taken on the single targeting chamber and the scatter shot there. Just a little bit more. And with what he has remaining, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough to get this done. We've got the AT picking things off. They're going to head directly into the wizard tower with another archer tower picking them off and a multi-targeting inferno and scatter shot directly behind that. So this is where we're going to start seeing these dragons get wiped out. Yo-Yo, someday I hope to be a noob as good as you. Oh, Yo-Yo's attack. I got a little bit... Yo-Yo, I almost jinxed you. Way too close. You're such a noob. You can blame me. It's 100% my fault. I called it. I was like, he's done. He's got the triple and he's going to swag his queen ability. And I didn't give enough credit to the Tesla farm in the back. Oh, it's so good that you saved your queen ability, though. So a 92% for Chris. And with that, unless the Dark Unicorns have something sneaky up their sleeves and they wind up getting a 1-star defense, this is not going to happen. But they've been carrying their own. Look at the beautiful percentage we've seen coming through. 88%, 90%, 92%. We have the triple in from Simon. And we still have wasp spam to go. First step on doing a good Lalo like Yo-Yo is changing your ID to Yo-Yo. Okay, who do we have left? We've got Ast and we've got Vala. Who's throwing the war? Who's throwing the perfect war? I think that's the question. Waspam? Yeah, Waspam. I'm telling you, he's gonna spam some witchies. Okay. Zapquake Lalo for Ast. We've got the clan castle eliminated. Some surrounding defenses and a nice open path for the heroes. Now with the town hall fairly close to the outskirts of the base, I do wonder if we're going to see. He's got the blimp. He's got the blimp for the town hall. So we're going to see the scatter shot go down. Going to section this off. Wall break opens up the path. Ooh, and this is good access because we'll take out the enemy queen and the multi-targeting inferno. Plus, we're going to take down this air sweeper so we can get that entry with the blimp coming into the town hall. Very nice. Ooh, look at this royal champion go. Come on, queen. Queen's got to step up. It's not going to be enough. Is it going to be enough? Storage in the way. Could you get the air sweeper? Come on. Air sweeper's down, and there we go. So won't get the multi-targeting inferno. Not enough steam to push your way through there, but works out really nice, and he's got a freeze to actually help hold off that multi-targeting inferno if it starts posing too much threat. Straight through the scatter shot, which leaves him this extra freeze as he works through the center of the base. Notice the loons that were coming in just around the 3 o'clock side here, sneaking straight through. Now they are going to get picked off by the multi-targeting inferno. The scatter didn't go down. He needs his loons to stay still. Gets it done. It's up to what comes out of the Stone Slammer to power through. Minions and pups trying to take care of the storages. Oh. This is the first defense that we're going to get to potentially see. Yeah, Warden's going down. I didn't jinx. What did I jinx? What did I even jinx? That is a big hold. You were right. Big hold for Dark Unicorns, but they would need a 1-star defense to potentially win this one, and for Waspman to come in with a 3-star. That's what they need. I jinxed nothing. An ATN disconnect on the last hit. Yep, that would. Reptice, you hear me saying none of this stuff. None of this stuff. I like those jinxes in the chat. They look pretty awesome. I said perfect war. NC asked, did this? No, I said who's going to throw the perfect war? That's what I said. Who's going to throw the perfect war? Asked or Vala? That's what I said. I was trying to do the reverse jinx here, okay? Didn't work. Anytime you hear ATN, you always think about 14 stars. Yeah. So we'll see. Let's see what Waspam has up his sleeve. I'm going with witches. I'm going with the witch spam. Waspam for the 5-star hit. Could do. What would you prefer? Headhunter or Skeleton Spell and Lalo? Huh? What do you mean? Oh, why didn't you bring both? They do like, you can bring both. Headhunters are tricky because you have to get the timing right. You have to make sure there's no ground only targeting defenses that will go for them to make sure those are cleared out. You use them. They're a reasonable investment, and it means you can do like a Zapquake. You have more spell value. I'd go for a Headhunter, but you have to learn how to use them. To kill a queen? Depends on the base, but Headhunters are good. You can have a dragon and a Stone Slammer. Take out the queen with your heroes or a Zapquake. Really depends on the base. Okay, Waspman coming in exactly what I said he would come. What did I say he'd come in with? 13 witches. Yeah. This is like the Friday the 13th special here. We call this the Waspam. It's got everything moving nicely together. Just needs to get there to the core. Some witches on the outskirts of the base here. Big power push through. Ooh, look. Look. Wow. At that Yeti blimp. Blimp doing some nice work in there. What do we have? Ooh, Royal Champion. Take on the Eagle. It's exactly what he needs. It's just that single targeting Inferno. And that's not going to be too big of a deal. He's got the Queen ability. He's got the Royal Champ ability. And he even is hanging on to a freeze here. Plus, we'll get the Ice Golem to freeze up. Help hold off some of these defenses. Ooh, will it get in range just to hold off? Yes, it will. Just holds off that single targeting Inferno. And he might be able to swag this freeze now. That was perfect timing to come in with that. Grand Warden working with the witches. Plenty of time for cleanup here. And he's even got a wall break if he wants to open up the path for his queen. But is she going to step outside? Oh, look at her. He even trained her well. Wow. Jeez. Waspman coming through. Throwing down 3-star. Just like we knew he would. With the witchy spam. See, that's exactly what I said. Told you what we would see. Now, Shazo's hoping for a crazy defense. And by crazy defense, we're talking about a 1-star or less. Like disconnect. That's what he wants to see. I'm not condoning this. I am not jinxing it. I am stating the facts here. That's what would need to happen. Westman leaked ATM bases. Lady B leaked. No. Let's get this clear. That's the one thing. That's the one thing I will always ask you, please not to do. I know you're joking, but I would never, ever, 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 ever. And he would never ask me. Asked 2-starred intentionally to make this less overkill. I think he might have. I do think he might have. BK Flow, what's going on? Coming in with the Twitch Prime sub. Let me get some sub love in the chat. Sorry, alert Chaos. He killed the alerts. He killed the alerts with his OP gifting of subs. So unfortunately the alerts aren't popping up. If I did miss anything, follows, or anything that came through, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Leaked or not, it's gonna be a spam. Yep. He doesn't need to lick a bases. He's just gonna spam it. That's it. Just throws in the spam. I know he's listening too. Yeah, rip alerts, unfortunately. We blame Chaos for this one. So Vala to finish this one off with the Zapquake Lalo. Should be going for the safe approach here. All he needs to do is, well, I mean, all he really needs to do is pick up a 2-star, right? Yeah. 2-star and it's GG's. Not after you didn't believe. I believed in him. I never said that he wasn't not going to get it. Don't know what you're talking about. I always have faith in him. So Queen hanging on to this ability long enough to get through the Eagle, get through the super minions, and now he has his path set and lined up here. So easy push coming in for the Town Hall. We've got the Stone Slammer to help cut the path as well and work through. This Queen's a beast. She's not going to get the scatter shot down, but she did a lot of work and cleared out some great value in that. So direct push for the Town Hall. We'll see the Warden ability helping to keep everything safely through, and then the Stone Slammer to work the navigation down towards the 9 o'clock side and likely help to tank for that back end scatter shot here. There we go. Warden ability off, and we've got the safe 2-star, and that means it's GG's for ATN. But the question is it going to be 14 stars? Or is Shazo going to hold the defense? At this rate, the rate that it's going, I'm calling 3 stars because we still got that Stone Slammer for the scatter shot, and that last haste is going to push those loons through to next Tuesday. Nicely timed freeze helps to hold off the scatter shot. We do have the Stone Slammer again. Warden right there helping to pick it off, and loons in the safe zone. So Vala throwing down the final 3-star of the war, putting this at 14 to 12. 14 to 12. Wait, which? Yeah, Pocket Slammer. He's like, oh, well, I got this right here. Pops it down at 9 o'clock. What's going on, Stephanie? How are you? You guys still play Clash? Yeah. Somebody was asking about you. They were worried about you. I sent a message because they hadn't seen you. So I was curious. I was hoping everything was okay. Because I know there had been some stuff going on in real life for you. So hope all is well. GG, guys. I gotta get back to work.